Hello, dear community members. This is your brother Fallaw here at Fallaw Health and Wellness. Hey, we are dying. Are you dying? Are you in health? Are you in good health? What are you doing about it? Medicine, medicine, medicine. Oh boy, it's scary, isn't it? We don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. What are you doing about it right now? Here at Fallaw Health and Wellness, as you can see, we have all these natural herbs to help you live better. This has been done for a long, long time, for many centuries. And that's what our ancestors used, regardless of your race, color, gender, regardless of your spiritual belief. Here at Fallaw Health and Wellness, we have been very blessed to have, enrolled in this journey and mingling with people, ordinary people like myself, who have now come out above water thanks to the use of these natural herbs and roots. Many of our family members, many of our community members have tried it. Basically, they beat up the skepticism they have about all these herbs, so-called natural herbs, so-called African herbs. And the amount of response, the amount of testimonial that they have shared with us is revealing. It is revealing in a sense that things that we thought to be major health issues, very simplistically, these herbs are taking care of them. And we are soon to be discovering throughout this piece what they have to tell about these herbs. How did it work for them? So I would invite you to take a different option away from death. Away from death. Again, away from death, and listen to what regular community members are talking about after using these herbs and roots, after engaging in a non-conventional way of basically sustaining their life, in basically making their health and wellness better. And that's what you're about to discover. So if you just want to give me a little bit more time, let's listen to what they talk about. So what is the A1C?
A1C is that determines if your blood sugar is higher or lower in your system.
Okay.
Now you check your blood sugar level every day, and the numbers is in between 80 and 100 or 120. That level, they say, is the proper level for your blood sugar.
Oh wow.
The A1C has to be up under the 8. Anything over 8 going into a 10, that means it can stop your blood circulation. You can get things amputated like your toes and your fingers. Those are the things that the blood stop running to.
Wow.
So you have to watch your A1C, and the only way you can do that, you can do it at home, but I like to go to the physicians and get my A1C checked. I went to get my A1C checked. Now, once again, I stopped taking this insulin that was making me so sick last week, Thursday.
Okay.
I went yesterday, this is the following week, Friday, to get my A1C checked.
Okay.
My A1C was 6.9 the last time I had it and got it checked. I went yesterday to get my A1C checked, and it was 7. So I'm right where I was from the time that I didn't take the insulin and the time that I did take the insulin. But the insulin making me sick, uncomfortable. So I took off of the insulin.
You mean you were taken off the insulin?
I no longer.
This is by the physician?
This is his words.
So the physician no longer wants you to use insulin?
No longer want me to use insulin.
But brother, what are you going to use then?
I'm going to continue using the African.
Oh, so the physician, did he know that?
No, I never told him.
But what did he give you in return? If you take...
He tried to give me some pills.
Okay.
So I questioned him about the pills. I said, well, if the insulin is going in me and you telling me that this insulin that goes in my body through the, you know, through the insulin that comes through the pen that I'm punching myself with goes and feeds the muscles and different part of your organs, right, with insulin. Okay, fine. So now, what do the pill do? And he said, well, it works different. How do it work different?
Okay. If you're black and you're watching this, the government is at war with you, and they want you exterminated, and they control the science funding, which means there will never be money for any genetic science of the food supply to uncover this truth. If it were there, it would be covered up like everything else has been covered up this entire time. Just like the Tuskegee experiments covered things up in the 1930s. Nothing has changed, except the technology is more advanced. The covert technology is more covert. The number of vectors through which they can kill you and cause you to have no children, cause you to have spontaneous abortions, the number of vectors is increasing. You are being targeted. And like I said earlier, to some extent we're all being targeted. But black people are being targeted more than anyone else.
He gave me pills. I got them sitting on the medicine cabinet.
You're not taking it?
I got them sitting on the medicine cabinet.
Brother, isn't it against the law not to take the pills from the physician?
Against whose law?
Okay.
See?
Okay.
Now, this is, I gather, and I put together, the physician is not being disrespectful or nothing. I really believe that he's a legal drug dealer.
No. I would say.
I'm just saying.
I would say.
Because what he's giving us is
was not working.
It's not working.
Well, let's put it this way.
I apologize.
No. Let's put it this way. No, we have to. Alhamdulillah.
Yes,
Alhamdulillah, and thanks to Africa, brother.
Right.
At least for me.
Oh, praise be to Allah.
Thanks to Africa.
Sir.
Thanks to
Yes,
Africa.
sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
we have to work hand in hand. There is not a one single method to heal.
Right.
You have so many gazillion methods, especially the methods with records. All human race come from the continent of Africa.
Right.
We have something that no other human being has.
Yes, sir.
It's back home.
That's right.
It takes children of the continent like myself and yourself to put ourselves in a test. Because the same way like you, when my daughter was going through those things, it made me question.
Right.
But when I take her off all of those and use Africa,
Right.
that same thing you're telling me, that's what's happening.
Yes, sir.
And it is interesting that when we rely too much upon one individual who's your descendant, who's descendant of your continent,
Yes, sir.
to tell you something other than what the continent offers, I find that a little difficult to comprehend.
Right.
But how are you doing today otherwise?
I'm doing well. I'm doing quite well. Alhamdulillah.
That's quite a news.
My nephew, when he was telling me about all the different herbs and the African herbs that he was using, and he felt like he was a teenager again, I looked at him and I had to question him several times. Are you sure that this is what's making you? I'm telling you, he convinced me. So I got to see for myself.
The speed was attractive.
Right, yes, sir. So I followed that spirit.
I'm glad you did that. Alhamdulillah.
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 So I got introduced, and I feel the same way.
You look very, very healthy in my eyes.
Thank you, and I apologize because also I remember when in the introduction of me and you said, "Yeah, you diabetic, huh?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "First thing is that." So you,
yeah, we gotta take care. We gotta take care of some signs.
I've been in the gym now. I've been on the treadmill.
But overall,
yes, sir.
Let me ask you this question. Ever since you've been taking the African mambo jumbo herbs and roots,
Yes, sir.
have you experienced any side effect at all?
No. Only side effects I've experienced was good health, good health, and my thought process is better.
Oh my!
And you know, the detox, it took a lot out of me, and I have to fill myself back up with wisdom and the word.
I can see that. You don't have to convince me. I can see it. Alhamdulillah, you can't convince me. I'm seeing it.
So, you know, I love the Quran, and you know, throughout my journey of these last 2 years, I've kind of went astray because of the sickness and the ill mind and being ill. And you know, it took me away from a lot of things, but now that I've got this African herb back in me and in me, I'm doing so much better. I love the African herbs, and I will not stop using them. Also, I had some people to call you today.
That's true.
To get the address.
That's true.
That's true. I'm example to the African herbs, and everybody, and I tell them, hey, I'm not on Insulin no more. Well, what? Congratulations! Everybody's clapping and yeah, cheering me. And how did you do that? I said, first of all, I prayed and I went to the brother Samba on the African herbs, and he gave me a detox. And what's the number and what's the address?
I am very glad. I'm very glad. And again, thanks to Africa. Thanks to Africa, because that's how I felt 9 years ago when my daughter was here. To be free of trauma, of depression, of anxiety. To be free of any other product other than African herbs and roots today.
Yes, sir.
What you are going through, once again, Africa is revealing itself.
Right, yes, sir.
That it's herbs, it's non-hybrid, because all of these are non-hybrid.
Right, yes, sir.
It should not have no possible side effect.
Right.
If you use it the way the Africans are teaching.
Africa has tremendous business potential. I have so many friends going to your countries trying to get rich. I congratulate you. They're spending a lot of money. But it has that tremendous business potential and representing huge amounts of different markets. And for American firms, it's really become a place that they have to go, that they want to go. 6 of the world's 10 fastest growing economies are in Africa. Increasing American trade and investment across diverse industries, including agriculture, energy, transportation, healthcare, travel,
Ever since
and tourism.
you've been taking the African mambo jumbo herbs and roots,
Yes, sir.
have you experienced any side effect at all?
No. Only side effects I've experienced was good health, good health, and my thought process is better.
Oh my!
And you know, the detox, it took a lot out of me, and I have to fill myself back up with wisdom and the word.
I can see that. You don't have to convince me. I can see it. Alhamdulillah, you can't convince me. I'm seeing it.
So, you know, I love the Quran, and you know, throughout my journey of these last 2 years, I've kind of went astray because of the sickness and the ill mind and being ill, and you know, it took me away from a lot of things. But now that I've got this African herb back in me and in me, I'm doing so much better. I love the African herbs, and I will not stop using them. Also, I had some people to call you today.
That's true.
To get the address.
That's true.
I'm example to the African herbs, and everybody, and I tell them, hey, I'm not on Insulin no more. Well, what? Congratulations! Everybody's clapping and yeah, cheering me. And how did you do that? I said, first of all, I prayed and I went to the brother Samba on the African herbs, and he gave me a detox. And what's the, and you know, what's the number and what's the address? And